Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Good evening. It's 10 past 9 UK time. Wow, what a fucking day. What a day. Okay, let's have a look. All right. Fuck. Fuck a duck, duck a fuck. Lots of ducks and lots of fucks. What a day. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. Okay, let's have a look at the charts. Wow. Crazy, 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 crazy. Let's just get rid of all the shit. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Man, look at that. Okay. Interesting. These. Okay. I think I have all this stuff ready. One oh eight. 108 and 7. One over 100. Daily box. To 100. So we've hit it. Okay. 4. 600. 107. Single prints. Nine, 7. 9, 8, 8. 9, 6. 100. 93. 102 for 8. 103, 861. Right. There we go. So look at those. Weekly level there. Haven't hit it yet. That was the previous one. Monthlies. Dailies. Slow it down. Higher up. Perfect. And one today. Okay. Let's have a look at this chart. Single prints. Smash. Weekly close lower. Oh, terrible close. It's a really bad close, huh? Fidge. I didn't trade a reversal, no. I just wanted to see what happened. I traded the shorts, but not the longs. It's and I saw that it was finding support, huh? But you know, you have to be confident when you take trades. You can't just take trades and hope. I'm not in that business trying to hope for higher. You see this crazy downtrend. I want to see if it continues or not. It didn't continue, and then I closed my shorts, which is fine. Not too fussed about the shorts at the moment. So I think we're seeing a distribution, actually. I still think that to me right now it looks like something like that at the moment, assuming that we do that, and then that could lead to another big, like a really big drop. But it's just speculation. That was a crazy drop. It's harder because technically it closed higher than that wick low, and you see how important the closes are. Because it closed higher, it wasn't actually, it's hard, it's really bearish, but actually I should have known. I should have picked up on that. I did identify it, but it's one thing identifying things, another thing executing. When you see something, I knew it closed higher, so I didn't think it was bearish, but look how far it went. So how do you trade that? It's not easy in the slightest. That being said, the week closed lower, so the week is actually pretty bearish. It's a bearish engulfing weekly candle with a rejection on high. It's still bearish on the weekly time frame. We've just had a really crazy buyout. So the weekly hasn't changed. No, the weekly hasn't changed unless we have unless that's some kind of bear trap of sorts. Could be. The fact that we're trading above that weekly low is, I would consider that quite bullish. We lose that, again, it just suddenly becomes disastrous. You kind of need to hold that weekly level now, that weekly low. Mujahid, we should thank Trump for pausing tariff for next purpose. Exactly. It's like, who knows? Like, he could have done worse. He could have done worse things, and instead he did the opposite. So it's one thing that's interesting is that Asia sold, New York bought, and I think that's the real. I don't really care about Asia. I was really focused on the New York session. Today I saw the SPX close gap down, and it's just gone up to fill the gap as a result. Bitcoin is kind of gone up. It's gone up to fill the gap. Gap down. It's a big gap. Just went up to fill the gap. Yeah, sometimes with trading you just have to not do anything, or just kind of sit by and watch and see what happens. I saw real strength on Solana, so I'm gonna kind of redo my charts. A bit messy, and I'm getting a little bit lost in my own charts, so I'm gonna kind of redo them a little bit, just clean them up. I like cleaner charts sometimes. I mean, I had a trade plan for QANX, and look at it. It went all the way down to there and brought right back up. So I had it for the end of the month and beginning of February now. I'm already in QANX. I'm not not in it, but just watching this kind of gives me a little bit of confidence, because I kind of thought it would come down. It came down really far. And then SUI's, the recovery's been really strong as well. Capitulation wasn't strong enough for me to get in, so I just waited. Well, there was no BTC capitulation. This is, as far as I can tell, this isn't a capitulation. That's not a capitulation candle. This one. This was for me. BTC didn't capitulate, and I didn't think it would, because it wasn't in the range. It was still in the range, but ETH did. ETH did capitulate. This, as far as I can tell, is a capitulation candle. Yeah. It's very bullish, a capitulation candle on ETH. Again, I didn't know how low it would go. No idea. No one really knows. And that's why sometimes you just have to wait and watch to see what happens. And what I'm going to do right now is just kind of, I'm thinking about just deleting all my stuff, because my charts are getting a bit too messy, and it's sometimes good to do that. For me, this is a really strong capitulation candle on ETH, really strong. But that being said, I want to see how it closes today. I want to see it close higher than the previous day low. This is really important. Really important. It has to close higher. Has to. If it doesn't close higher, then I'll be thinking, if it closes lower, I'll be thinking lower. If it closes higher, I'll be thinking higher. It just changes the way you think. And so this candle closed lower than here, so I was thinking lower, I wasn't thinking higher. It's lower, so it closed lower, so I was thinking lower, and it did go lower. Now I want to see where this closes. If it closes lower, I'll be thinking lower, so it could go up and then go down again, and I'll have that in my mind. And so it's really important. Now, really, ETH, I'm really interested in ETH because that reflects on the altcoins more than anything. And what we had is a really strong swing failure at the lows here. I mean, you can trade it, but you have to be really prepared for that kind of trade, yeah. And that's a really nice capitulation candle. If it closes higher than today, then I think we're still going. We could go down, but we're actually looking to go up. If it closes lower, I'll be thinking the wick needs to be tested. So there's two scenarios I'm thinking about right now, and it all depends on how ETH closes. If it closes higher, it doesn't mean we can't pull back, but I think this is the bottom. I will actually be thinking this is the bottom if it closes higher. If it doesn't close higher, it closes lower. It's a continuation candle, and then we have to go lower. So there's a kind of variables in play. The reality is this wick is probably the lows. This is probably it. This is probably the low of altcoins. That probably is. I think that probably is the low. Yeah, it's a high chance that that's it. Okay, doesn't mean we can't go down, but I think ultimately we have now a signal that this is the low of ETH. Okay, because you've got a really high volume capitulation, which back tests a higher time frame of sorts level, like an SR flip, and it's found support, hasn't it? See that? So you've got really strong SR flip. That's your level. You've got really high volume, and you found support. So that's kind of support. You don't lose that support now. But the good thing is that we know that this is support. We've got confirmation because the price has come to test it. And so now whatever happens, even if we do go down, that's your support level, because we can see. Now, what I want to see now today is how we close. If we close higher than fucking hell, then that's just really bullish. It's a bullish close with a massive capitulation buying tail, and that means all our altcoins just fuck it. Now, I'm not saying that it's just going to go up, but I'll be looking for long. I'll be looking for entries to long. It is slightly reminiscent of the COVID capitulation, except in COVID everything capitulated, including Bitcoin, whereas now it's just all the altcoins have capitulated, haven't they? It's interesting because Solana didn't really capitulate. It's like literally, it looks like it, but it didn't. Solana did not capitulate. I don't call this a capitulation. In my mind, it's high volume low, but you see it's put in a higher low. Really bullish. Solana is really bullish, and the structure that's formed here is really bullish. Lots of buying. Now, the buy up might not be so bullish because it's decreasing volume slightly, but it doesn't matter. It's like you're finding support, aren't you? Kind of here. That's what it looks like. Doesn't mean it's going to go up, because that requires the market sentiment to market buy up, but it does mean it's probably found the low here. Probably, it's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. Solana's found the low, ETH has found the low. SUI is just off the charts bullish. Off the charts bullish. It's come to test that previous high for a back test. See that? A back test, SR flip. Front run a little bit. And just bought up. Just bought up. No questions asked. Just buy. So it's kind of what you want to see. You want to see something like that. Once you see that, then it kind of gives you confidence that we're probably not going lower. Probably not. Against the balance of probabilities, BT is still bullish, but also associate at the moment. Majority also have huge wick below, which might get filled over the next few days. I think the wicks could get filled, but even if they get filled, I think it is ultra bullish to have them, to have those wicks. Look at SLERF, fucking duck. Now, I closed my short. I made money on SLERF going down, and then I bought back in. But fucking duck, it's like so. It's hard, isn't it? Because SLERF is correlated with with Solana directly, and I was actually looking at, like, if you want to kind of, if you want to know if Solana is bullish, look at SLERF. There's a direct correlation between SLERF and Solana. So it's very different to the other altcoins. Very different. The other altcoins are a bit kind of like pumpy dumpy ones, whereas for some reason Solana and SLERF there's a really nice correlation, and you can see how the candles move. They kind of do similar things. In some aspects you see SLERF is slightly more bullish, and that kind of gives you bullish vibes, and then sometimes you see that it's less bullish, and so you're kind of getting a less bullish, more bearish. Now what's interesting about SLERF is that we had a markdown. That's because of the aggressive selling. Look at that selling. This is a capitulation candle here on SLERF. That is a capitulation candle. Yeah. Pretty strong selling, huh? Very strong selling. 15 million, 12 million volume in those in that 1 hour candle. 15 million, that's a lot to sell. And it didn't go down, did it? It just stopped. It held the lows. And that kind of gives you confidence, because when that happened, Solana was at like $184 thereabouts, all the way down to 173. So while SLERF found support here, Solana's finding support here at 184, 175. It's kind of, they're finding support at the same place. Then the reaction, obviously Solana is slightly more bullish in the reaction, but as you can see the way they're moving quite similarly. And in terms of price increase, you know, SLERF is 33% up from the lows. Solana's 23% up from the lows. So SLERF is still a potentially a leverage play on Solana. Potentially, it still is. It's just that when it goes down, obviously you're negative leverage, so you lose more value. But I'm still interested in stuff. Now SLERF unfortunately lost this low, and it made an all-time low, didn't it? But I kind of like the volume. This is what I was saying before. Maybe because SLERF created burn millions of pre-sale Solana that made SLERF most liquid meme, since liquidity pool Solana, the price of Solana influences the price of SLERF. Yeah, well, maybe that was some smart move. Can't deny that. So right now, when you're looking at something like SLERF, that's the all-time low. There was really rubbish volume here. I mentioned in my streams before, that's pretty poor low. Here you can see actually you've got a massive buying tail, increased volume. I like that. I like this candle much better as a low. As a low, I'm fine. I feel quite confident about this candle. I wasn't very confident about that. And look, after that candle, the price of SLERF increased 300% or so. What happens after this candle, huh? I don't know. We have to see what happens. I think a sign of strength here would be to reclaim that all-time low and flip it into support. That's what we want to see. But first we want to make sure we see a daily close above the previous day low. And at the moment, fingers crossed, we've got 2 hours and 15 minutes to go. At the moment, it's looking like a higher close with a massive buying tail, increasing volume. I think that's quite bullish. Meme token pool, tokens pool are in SOL. So even when there is no selling pressure on a particular meme, the price could still go down if the value of SOL keeps decreasing. Staff create excellent. Yeah, excellent bet. That's SOL. That could be the low. That could be the low. It could be. Doesn't mean it can't get tested. If it gets tested, that would be a buy of the century, probably. So there's a lot of things happening right now across the whole of crypto. A lot of good things. So first and foremost, what I want to see in the next 2 hours is I want to see ETH close higher than the previous day low. Really important. If we close lower, then I'll be different. I'll have a different mindset. If we close higher, I'll be looking to long. And I love the volume. The volume for me is absolutely critical. It kind of reminds me of this one, huh? This look at this one. See that? Very similar situation. That being said, the price did range for a shitload of time, didn't it? After we put that candle in, it is possible for the price to just range here for a bunch of time in a similar fashion. It's definitely possible for that to happen. Yeah, but the actual entry is that, you see, once you put that candle in, you couldn't take it out, couldn't take out the low, and eventually the price just took out the high and it went up. So I'll be interested to see if this is a repeat of that situation, and the fact that we've put in a low like that suggests to me that a lot of altcoins, you just look at them, wherever they've put their lows in, they're in a very, like ETH 2000 is cheap in my opinion, and everything, when I'm looking at the altcoins now, wherever the what's that one, that's wherever the low has been put in is probably the low, probably what I'm thinking is low at the moment in the current context. And look at Bitcoin at the moment. If it closes the way it closes, we have to see how it closes. That's a bullish engulfing candle, increasing volume. It's an extremely bullish candle, really bullish candle, and you could buy that candle. You wouldn't buy the top of it, you'd buy the pullback. You could buy that candle. Bullish engulfing candles are the best ones. For a reversal. And so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. It could be a Wyckoff distribution. It's starting to look Wyckoffy. We could get another up or whatever. Let me just have a look at Wyckoff. Yeah, there's one in here. Based on this pattern, that's UT in phase B. There's your ABC down. This is going to be like this. Or something. At the moment, I'm thinking Wyckoff distribution, actually. Possibly looking for this to go back down. like this for an up, and then you start going down, something like that, possibly something like that. Just if this is mimicking a Wyckoff distribution, almost similar to the previous bull market at the same period of time, except previous bull market you had a crazy alt season, and now alts are struggling, leading to a Bitcoin capitulation. This is what this would lead to. I'd like to see, like, I think maybe with that candle we could see a mini alt season now if Bitcoin does decide to just fall back. Just looking at this schematic, and looking at this bullish engulfing, I don't think it's just going to go up. Yeah, I think a lot of people are shook out actually. These are your liquidity levels. So naturally, the best place to enter here would be around 97k. 97k. You've got the point of control, you've got a daily level, you've got some single prints. That would be, honestly, that's going to be the best entry now in this context. There should be quite strong support at 97k area, 97, 500 thereabouts. That's really going to be the best area of support. And that's what we didn't have before. As the price came down, there was no support, and just by what we've experienced now, we've created support levels. With this daily level, we've closed above the end park, the point of control, and we've created some single prints as well as the price has moved up. So we've created some really strong support at the night. That's really going to be the best long at the moment, the next best long. I wouldn't be surprised if the price goes all the way down to 97, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Does that mean you short this daily close? I mean, I don't know how it's going to go down. It could just kind of gently go down, make it difficult to short. We could just short all the way down and just see what happens, but you need an invalidation. But that's really going to be the best place to buy. It's also kind of no, there's no real correspondence with fibs. Like a reverse fib, but nothing more than that. No, dude. You still have the Trump on the air. This was the real pump we were expecting. So I think just in the context of what I'm looking at now, we have to see where the price finds support, but the biggest support is going to be where I said. Here. Price has to find support there. And I don't know if we're going to go straight up to the range value area high, because we have some resistance levels just above us at 102, 500. So you have a single print, you've got the weekly level. I don't necessarily think the single prints are just going to fill. So potentially and then we just work our way all the way down to the for a long. For the long. And potentially there's a short actually to be had there. It's a 786 as well. It's a 786. you reject from there. You could lose. To play it safe, you can just let it reject, lose this high volume node. You don't have to try and catch it. As the price starts to come down, starts to show weakness, you can start shorting that and then take it all the way down to the area that you want to long. 97.5 or so. 97. That's really a good place to long in this context. You'll start to get really bearish as you lose that level halfway down. People are like, oh my god, this is really bearish. Start to get really bullish at the highs. It always is. Maybe if we go a little bit higher and tag those highs there, that would be nice. Take those highs there. That could be your short entry, to be honest with you. That weekly level. It might be better entry just to have a swing failure there, to be honest with you. Or just lose that high volume node. That'd be a safer, that'd be like confirmation, because when you're shorting into support effectively, when you're shorting up there, you lose support, which is that high volume node, then you're not expecting it to go back up. So that would be safer, because you've rejected and now the price is not finding support, so it wants to go down. That's just more of a kind of swing failure. You take the short type thing and then see what happens, and then you're kind of looking for the price to go all the way back down, and then this is where you want to find it. And then if you do kind of put a pivot up there, roughly there, and take out those highs, which would be market structure change, well, the beginning of it for a higher high, then you'll be looking to come back somewhere around here to find support. It could go all the way down to 50 to 50 fib, to be honest with you, because that would be a V-shaped recovery if we take out those highs. And so maybe that's what I'll be looking for next. Go up higher now, take out those highs, and then go all the way down to this area. That's kind of what's on my mind. To see what happens and see what happens next. We do really need to take out those highs, honestly. Hold on, the phone is buzzing. Wow, I'm actually quite exhausted, aren't I don't know if I've got the legs to stay up for another 2 hours. Just extremely exhausted. Let's see what happens next. That, I mean, it wouldn't be a higher high on the 4-hour time frame, to be honest with you, just looking at this. Oh yeah, it would. You don't actually need to take out that high. You can just take out this high here, that one, because you went and put in a high low, high high, lower low there, lower high there. It's basically that little candle there that needs to be taken out. This one here. just these local highs here, finding resistance on that weekly level and then down. That makes sense. Like, it doesn't, like, when you're looking at the charts, it has to make sense. It can't not make sense. Like when I'm looking at this chart now, look, we're coming up into the weekly level. It's not just going to go up. Yeah, it's going to reject. We can get there and take that liquidity and go down. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Go all the way down to 97. That's basically the weekly opener. Look, coming all the way down to 97.5. It's coming all the way back to there. That's also quite strong, though, to come all the way back to weekly open and then for a long at weekly open. That's the next great longer, weekly open, and then a rejection from there for continuation. It'll get people really bearish as the price rejects. And yeah, you see it's that SR flip there too. When you're looking at the momentum. So the reason I'm not feeling bearish anymore is because we were in this really strong downtrend. Yeah. And if we were in some kind of bear market, there's no way that the price would be here now. Impossible. If the market had now suddenly turned bearish, the whole market, there's no way we'd be continuing. That would be a continuation there. See that? It tried to, but it couldn't. So we're not in a bear market. So whatever you're thinking, the bull market's not over, right? That's a strong confirmation of that, because we're in a strong downtrend. All the kind of momentum moving averages are strongly down, and we just slice through them like Swiss cheese. We're just coming back up to the 12-hour midpoint at the moment, coming back up to the daily midpoint. So I don't think we're going higher, much higher than here. I'm never 100%, but I don't think so. I think if it's a bullish engulfing, it'll be a real strong candle, but you wouldn't buy the top of a bullish engulfing. You'll wait for the pullback, and ideally you want to buy it right back at the beginning of the bullish engulfing candle. That's really where you want to buy a bullish engulfing candle, right at the base, because that's your best risk to reward trade. You don't always get those opportunities. Sometimes you get bullish engulfing, it just continues. Like here you can see there's a few, just looking here, like this one here, this one, and then it just pulls back a little bit and it just goes up. But there was a red day. So the question tomorrow will be, do we get a red day, or would you just get a buy up with a wick in the same day, or do we just get a really red day and just find support here and then the next day is just up? Or do we go down in 1, 2, 3 red days? Do we go down red, you know, like to the end of the week and then it's up type thing? Like no one really knows how the next few days is going to play out. But really that is now your strongest support. We've got really strong support now, whereas before we didn't have strong support. We just had a point of control. Now we've got some other things which gives us confidence, like single prints, daily level, and the point of control. You've got much more confluence for support at 97.5k area. That's really going to be the next best long. It's going to feel bearish if we come straight back down, but honestly that's the best phase for the price to find support, and then we can just find support and then go back up effectively. And let me just have a look at ETH BTC now as well. So I've been tracking ETH BTC, as you know, and so effectively what I want to see, so ETH BTC is obviously not as good, it doesn't look as bullish as Bitcoin, does it? But we did have a capitulation, so that's really important. Let's get rid of all of these now. I'm trying to clean my charts up because I've got lots of old shit. Get rid of all of it. We had a really bad weekly close, yeah. So whatever happens, however, we're going to find resistance. We're not just going to go up in a straight line. I say that, but we had a bad weekly close. We had a bad daily close. That's why the price dumped, yeah. Now we're just kind of, we had a capitulation on ETH BTC. That's your capitulation candle. Effectively, that I would argue that that is the base. Effectively, it's hard to know 100%. It's hard to be 100% about anything, yeah. But you just have to go with the things that you see. If that is our capitulation candle, could it be something similar to this candle here? You see how this also closed lower and it went down, and then the ETH BTC went all the way down to the bottom of the candle for a higher low there before it pumped tomorrow or next week. Basically, it's a weekly time. I don't know. I mean, that's a weekly time frame candle. This is quite unusual because we have a really strong buying tail on a daily candle, huh? And then when you're looking at all the price action, we do have one here. So it did go down and then up, and then actually it found weakness. But it's really important, huh? It just kind of gives you it gives us a little bit of confidence about ETH BTC and about our altcoins. Just refresh that. What's that? Where's it gone to that? I'm just looking, I can't really see any candles like that. Just one there. Another one there. See, it went up to fill the wick, but it couldn't take out the low until it kind of exploded up a little bit. I think we are looking at the low, huh? On ETH BTC, at least the local low. This is another one. Look at that candle. And look, it was just lots of buying, and then eventually it bottomed out and it went up. Just in that candle. This is different because this closed higher. So I want to see how we close. That one closed higher too. See, that one, these ones closed higher on the daily time frame. This one didn't close higher, but it was a swing failure of these lows. That was the bottom. That was the COVID low. That was the bottom. That was what I was previously looking at. So we've gone significantly lower. And look, this one closed lower. And then the next day it just brought right back, bullish engulfing. Came back to test the bottom of the bullish engulfing and then all the way up. So we are in a potential bottom here. Look, this one closed lower. But still, we are looking at a potential bottom on ETH BTC. Just looking at these candles. Yeah, we probably won't close higher, to be honest with you. So probably we're going down on ETH BTC, which kind of makes me think we're going down across the board still. And it's kind of in the context of what I'm imagining with Bitcoin. Look at SLERF, fuck a duck. SLERF is looking really strong. Doesn't mean we don't go down. But look, that's a really nice recovery there. Coming into resistance. SUI, wow. Solana, wow. So we're getting really good recovery on a lot of the altcoins. This is definitely not the end of crypto. Could have been, but it's not. And the thing is, it's hard to just catch. You have to wait and see what happens next. Now that we're seeing the reaction, that's what you want to see first, the reaction. We saw a reaction, and then you can plan your next trade with confidence. Because, like, look at Bitcoin. How could I know? No one could know. I don't know if it's going to go down or up. No one really does. But now that I see that it's had a really bullish account, I'm not like thinking FOMO, oh my god, I missed out, this is going to the moon. Now I'm thinking, okay, I can buy now, but I have to buy at the right place, at the right time, when the price comes to the right level. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, now I have a level, whereas before it was kind of guesswork, wasn't it? Now, so yesterday in stream, I kind of did say probably somewhere around 91, 92 would be where it found support, because that was the next level of support. I didn't think Bitcoin would capitulate because it didn't make any sense, because we're still stuck in the range. That's why I talked about the range. But, you know, there was no real, I couldn't really plan a trade. It would be basically, you just have to just go for it and just see what happens if you wanted to do that. And you would have caught the move. It would be hard to catch this move because it didn't feel like it was going up until it did. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going up. You know, it could have just done that until it started going up, you know, and then when it starts going up, shorts start to close because they start to see strength. When you start seeing strength, you don't sell strength, you buy strength. So if you're in a short, you start seeing strength, you have to close your shorts. Unless you're in a short from the Pico top, and then you don't have to do anything. You can just be patient and wait for whatever. But it's hard to be Pico top short and see you be in crazy profits, and then to see them to lose your crazy profits without taking the long. And I don't know how many people just took that long. Maybe some people did, because you can see it was kind of traders pushing it up, wasn't it? Buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. Just have a look at the market structure actually. See, look, it went from lower high to the lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. Basically here. That's basically where the 5-minute market structure changed for a higher high. And then that's your higher low. So that's your invalidation then. And came back down to the 382. So that came back down to the 382 here to make another higher low. High, 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 low. Higher, high, high, low, high, high, higher, low. High, high. Somewhere here. Higher, low, higher, high. Higher low, higher high. So we're still in 5-minute time frame bullish market structure. See that? You take out these lows, market structure suddenly changes a little bit. So at the moment, in the current context of Bitcoin, it will start to go down the minute we take these lows. Oops. Did it hit my level? Oh, fuck, a duck. It's already hit it. That's your rejection. There, it's got my level. There you go. Big short just entered. Now that doesn't mean we're not going to go up and take that short. Yeah, but that was what happened. Canada tariffs paused too. There you go. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, Trump is manipulating the market. His sons are probably just there market buying ETH at $2,100. So we've had a little rejection here from this weekly level, but we have basically put in a higher high, haven't we? It might just grind down, huh? It might just grind down, or alts might, I don't know. I think alts might start to go a little bit. The alts might start set. I don't know. I don't really know what's going to happen. I think the momentum of the market is still kind of slightly down on the altcoins, so you could get another pullback on the alts. What do? Do you start buying now? No. You wait for the pullback. I think basically what you want is you want Bitcoin to come here, and then we can trade that. Look, there you go. There's your short. I'm not. I personally wouldn't short that right now, even though I've seen the reaction. Someone's taken it. I think I'd be looking for weakness. I think in this context, a little market structure change on a 5-minute time frame would be the easiest way to see a change. Higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, and then we've changed structure, and ideally that's going to continue. You kind of want to see that kind of continue, but I don't know if we're going to sell off. I think maybe we're just going to kind of grind down. We don't have to go down too far to find support, to be honest with you. So I don't know if we're just going to go down, 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 down. Maybe we have to see. We have to see what happens. All right. SUI. QANX. Yeah, baby. Solana. Yeah, it's not looking bad. So we got to see how the daily closes. I'll be interested to see, like right now, this ETH is looking like a motherfucking great close. If you end up with a green candle, then I think you just buy that to go up. To be honest with you, you end up with a green candle on ETH. Let's see if it's a green or red. Can you imagine? You could have bought ETH today at $2,085, and right now it's at 2,800. Crazy. Create a z. Crazy, yeah. Crazy shit. Some tokens aren't as strong. Like look at this cake. It's not as strong. I think stick with the strong ones. Yeah, this is what I keep on saying to everyone. Yeah. Don't get caught up on your shit tokens when there's clearly some really strong ones out there that recover so well after you get these kind of crazy pull out. SUI, look, ENA is a strong one, and obviously Solana is quite strong. They're the strong ones. Yeah. Just don't get too obsessed with all these other coins. I had a larger portfolio. I've actually scaled it right down because there's no point, because when they dump, they really dump, and then when they recover, they don't recover. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter what people tell you, like injective. Yeah, you got people saying, oh, this is the next big thing, this is amazing, this is going to change the world, whatever, but actually SUI is better, isn't it? Look at the recovery on SUI. These dump more, and the recovery is a lot harder. And so that's why I'm kind of always looking at SUI and these two, for example, because the recovery is much stronger, and Solana is just a beast, isn't it? You just can't go wrong with Solana. And so today in Discord, someone asked me, what do you think of Solana? So Solana is amazing because it struggles. Actually, you know, Solana struggled to go down. Struggled. Every other altcoin was capitulating. Solana wasn't really capitulating. It was just kind of, oh, you want to sell me? I'll buy you. I'll show you. You know, like it's giving a different story. It doesn't mean it can't go down. I'm just saying that Solana looks pretty strong. You know, we've hit all-time highs 3 times now. We're still trending up. Still quite a strong uptrend. I don't think we're going to go in a straight line up. Yeah, so we're not there yet. I think it's going to be still quite choppy. So, but look at this 12-hour time frame candle. That's a bullish engulfing candle on Solana. What's the volume like? Yeah, it's good volume. For that volume to that down volume, it was really strong and it couldn't close low on this 12-hour candle. Look at that buying. There's buying tails there. Lots of buying. So in this context, Solana, if you can get it at like $200 for a pullback somewhere around there, that would be amazing. That's kind of, it should come to the same place as Bitcoin, but who knows? Like, the other thing is that I'm looking at Solana, BTC. Yeah, that's a really strong buying candle there. So actually Solana might just go, huh? Like, I don't know, but this is really strong. As Bitcoin pulls back, you sometimes, now we might start seeing some altcoins pump again. That's what I'm thinking. Assuming this closes like this, but that's really stronger. Increasing volume from the lows. Green candle. You've got a daily level right there, a little pullback, and then another green candle, and then off we go. Basically, that's kind of what I'm imagining with Solana right now. Look, it came down to the monthly level there. Higher low here off the lows. Bullish absorption across this range. Monthly time frame bullish absorption. It's looking quite good, huh? Solana's looking really good, to be honest with you. You had this bearish engulfing monthly time frame candle, went up, pulled back, closed higher. Now we've come back down to test the lows. I do wonder if Solana's going to actually run, to be honest with you. Like, really run. Like, properly run. Like, no joke run. Look at this. This is ETH. This is Solana against ETH. This is amazing. Look, this is what you want to see. We've got this higher time frame, kind of higher range, and it's rejected from the value area. That's a rejection. That's a failed auction from the value area. And look at that volume there. Bam! Today. Look how much all that volume went into Solana from ETH. So people sold ETH and they bought Solana today. Look at that. Look at that volume. That's bullish. That's not bearish. That's bullish. That's not corrective. That's literally buy. Like, fuck ETH. I want Solana. So it's really nice. And last week the weekly close was higher than the low, and this is the buy up. We've already tapped the liquidity from the weekly level. Now we're getting a pullback. This is really nice. Solana's really good, huh? I'm really thinking Solana is the play, because who cares about ETH? If ETH starts showing strength, Solana's gonna probably show more strength, probably. You've got a little bit of a cup and handle pattern here forming here as well, haven't you? In this range here, that cup, it's at the handle. So this is against ETH. That would take us into price discovery, I think. Somewhere here. Let's have a look at this. Doesn't show me. Doesn't tell me. Should do. No, it's not giving it to me. But anyway, maybe because that daily has to close. I don't know. So yeah, I'm actually feeling quite bullish on Solana. Let's have a look at ETH against BTC. Like target, it gave you a target for this falling wedge, whatever this was. Amazing. I didn't even look at that, to be honest. I don't really look at these, but it's kind of entertainment, isn't it? So I would argue that if ETH BTC closes higher today, then our bottom is in. I would make that argument. Actually, I would make that argument. Thoughts, guys? Niels, any thoughts? I'd like to see daily close. Daily close is really important because we get to see the candle closes. We get to see what type of candles are printed in the daily time frame. And then we can kind of decide. Yeah, that could be the bottom. Huh? That could be this. And this monthly time frame, you could end up with a. Look, last month we actually closed higher than the previous month. This month, yeah, we could have a really strong ETH close, to be honest with you. So it's a hard one because you see it's pumping. I'm looking at, I'm looking now and I'm seeing everything's kind of pumping a little bit. Yeah. I did that. He's so funny. Of course, Trump. He's a cunt, really. But I love him. What do? Do you just buy? I don't know. Do you just... Are people just going to just ape in and buy shit? I haven't got the capability of doing that. I would argue that SLERF is the play. If the Solana is about to pump, then SLERF is the play. Start buying some SLERF, scaling into SLERF. Or SUI, yeah? Let's have a look at SUI. Fuck, dark. I can't, like, you've already had like 5 waves, huh? 1, 2, 5. You kind of want the pullback, huh? You just can't just ape in like that. It's just crazy. Aping in the top of a daily green candle. That makes no sense. We have to have a pullback. There has to be a pullback. Look at QANX. Oh yeah, baby. QANX on fire. Let me get rid of this shit. That was my planner. I posted this on Discord. I think you guys saw it, didn't you? So I bought some more. I bought a little bit more, not much, because it can only really move when you got liquidity, and so leverage plays are better. But this one, buy the dip trade plan. See that? So I had the plan in motion, and the timing was about kind of this time. Look at that. Not too bad, huh? Not too shabby. I think we're good, huh? I think we're really good. I've got good vibes on stuff now. Yeah. If this is the low, if this is it, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you miss the absolute low. Like, you can't think like that. The meat is always in the middle. Yeah. What you're looking for is a reaction at the right place at the right time to give you the confidence that this is the low. Yeah. When you're looking at something like QANX, what do you think? Yeah, that's the right reaction, right time, right place. Perfect. It's swing failure of these lows. That's what you wanted to see. And you have a really tight, clean invalidation. You obviously don't want to see the price go do that. Yeah, it's quite a wide invalidation, but at least you have one. Yeah, gives you confidence that the low is in. And now what you want to see is the pump. Pumpy. Pump. That's what we want to see now. A really nice 1-to-1 on this. I think 1-to-1 is my target. With a brief stop at the point of control, taking this all the way up to 9.3 cents, basically up there. 1-to-1. That's what I'm thinking of this at the moment. And I like to see how that reflects with everything else. So I'm not going to ape in. I'm going to wait for the pullback. I've got my trade plan. I think I'm looking for the levels that I said. Bitcoin 97.5. Again, this is the problem with crypto. People get bullish and they think it's going up, but basically at the end of today, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of people take profit. Yeah. So if people are long, they see that the market is bullish and they're going to take profit, and so that's when you're looking for the entry after people have taken profit. This is a really nice recovery on SLERF. Now I would be interested to see if SLERF can close. The close at the moment is looking good. Yeah, for me that's a good close, but it'd be nice if we could close green above that level there, because that would give me the confidence that the low is in on SLERF. At least, yeah, I think so. Let me just have a look at something on SLERF, because I like to mess about with yeah, look at that. It came down to the 618. See that? Well, maybe not exact. Yeah, it did. Look at that. Look. See that? Couldn't close underneath the 618. See? So that was just a simple higher time frame trend-based fib extension from, and actually this Bybit high is not even the all-time high, but because Bybit has been got almost most of the volume from the beginning, I've been using the Bybit chart ahead of all the other charts. I think the Bybit chart's the better one. See, from that pivot high to that all-time low to that pivot high, 618. was a really nice ratio. And look at it on kind of a medium time frame. You couldn't close 2 hour time frame. You couldn't close underneath the 618, and finally you found support for a reaction there. So potentially I think that the low is in on SLERF. That's a really nice level. I'll be looking to buy the pullback here if there is a pullback. If not, I'll be looking to buy a flip. So again, this is the thing, you don't have to ape in here because you're aping into resistance, i.e. that level is resistance here. That's the previous all-time low. That's resistance now because we've lost it. Yeah, haven't tested it as resistance as of yet, but you have to assume that it is. Yeah, you can't just assume that the price is going to, it could, but you can't assume it. You have to assume that that's resistance because we've lost the level. Price could go up there, reject, and then it's looking back down. Yeah, so what I'd be looking for is if it goes up and finds support as it starts to move up, then you can long and you have an invalidation. Yeah, like a bullish engulfing on the lower time frame. If you see that, you get a reaction and you get a nice bullish engulfing or a little reversal, you can long, you can mark it in long. Then you have a really tight invalidation there. And you're basically longing for continuation, and this is a failed auction. Now you've got to be careful because sometimes you could get a little ABC type correction like this. So you do want to give it a little bit of time to make sure that you don't get a little fake out, because it then will come down or liquidate these early longs and then it will go up. Okay, so that's the challenge, to catch it right. But effectively an SR flipping that SFP level, that previous all-time low, just rename it, that's a sign of strength. Flipping that into support is a sign of strength. You can long strength. You can just long strength as long as you have an invalidation. So maybe this would be it. It would be like like that, something like that, like a little ABC. As it gets back up, you have an invalidation, a little low, and you're buying on support, a flip, for continuation, or pullback, and the pullback would be reject, ABC, right back down to here for another test, and that it could go lower, but yeah, and finding support right there again. And again, the same thing, you need to see the price react, so you have a little invalidation. You don't have to buy it at the low, buy it a little bit higher, and then scale in or whatever, but then you have an invalidation. So if it does decide to do this, that's not what you want to see. The idea of buying somewhere on support is that is bottom and then it goes up. That's the whole idea. So if you buy somewhere and the price then goes down, well, you haven't bought on support, so you have to be out the trade. And the only way you'll know is if it creates a little kind of reactive structure, and then as the price starts to go up, you can buy and then put your invalidation underneath that low type thing. So 2 ideas there. I think I prefer the one to go down, to be honest with you, than the one to go up. It's a lot harder buying when the price is going up than it is when the price is coming down. It'd be nice if it did that, came for a double bottom, and then Keep an eye on that. I have to keep an eye on these. Wow, look at that. Buy, 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 buy. Buy, buy, buy. So yeah, so I think we've come to the end of the move, actually. It looks like a bullish engulfing at the moment. Hi. Hey mate. Altcoin Dreaming's in the house. Welcome. Good evening. So I think the bottom's in, Altcoin Dreaming. I think we're in. I didn't take any longs today. I've got a couple of trade plans. I think the next great long is around 97.5. As long as the price comes down and finds support. There is a short trade on the table. I do wonder if we on daily close we go up and then come down for a nice short. So we have to keep an eye on that for daily close. If we go up and then come back down, and then come all the way back down to 97.5. So I've got a bunch of confluence there. I've got single prints, I've got the daily level, and then obviously I've got the point of control. So that's kind of where I'm looking for a really nice entry. And then here we're coming into this high volume node. I think if I start seeing some weakness, I want to see a market structure change on the 5-minute time frame to bearish. If I start seeing 5-minute market structure change, I'll start shorting the rises, the little rises, and just keep on shorting it all the way down to my level. Or not, it depends, because it might be a slow descent, and I don't really like shorting those kind of slow descents. It's painful. Right now we're looking at the daily level, the daily candle closes. We've got 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. I want to see how this closes. I think the bottom's in. The volume is off the charts. I want to see how ETH BTC closes, to be honest with you, because that's more important. I think that's more important. If ETH BTC can close above that previous end, we've been in this situation before where it hasn't. It felt like it was going to, and it hasn't. So this is really touch and go here. I think if it does, then alt season is on, because you have a really nice capitulation candle, which is your bottom effectively, and if it closes higher than yesterday's low, then we've got our alt season. It begins. We start shopping start shopping for alts before the rest of the market realizes that alt season's on. Everyone is still licking their wounds, wondering what happened. This mini alt season. So yeah, and I think the bottom is in, because there's only like 4 people here. When there's a lot of people on my stream, it's always the top. And then when there's only a few people, it's usually always the bottom. So since there's only a few people, I'm thinking it's the bottom. Suddenly when the stream goes to like 10 or 15 or whatever, 19 or whatever, then I get really bad. It's the top vibes. So it's my alternative signal. Let me have a look at TRVL. So I think I've made a breakthrough actually with Dtravel. Would be interested to hear, or anyone is interested to hear. I've got a vision for Dtravel that that might be slightly different from the average crypto vision, and I've been telling them this is what I think we should do, this is how we should do it, whatever. And so I had a video chat with Cynthia, who's the CEO of Dtravel, this week, and it was constructive. And I told her that I warned my crypto, my burgeoning crypto community about Dtravel because they're not responding. Anyway, I think I finally got through to her understanding where I was coming from, and she said she's going to arrange a meeting between me and the rest of the Dtravel team, like a video chat, so I can explain to them my ideas. So I'm quite excited about that, because maybe we can I can turn this around. I've been working on this too long for this to fail, you know. Not working like as in a paid sense, but working in the sense of like I've been like on this for such a long time now, like 3 years, in every aspect of Dtravel. I'm not going to let this fail. For me, victory is all-time high. Getting all the way up to up to that line there. That's my payday, really. So the charts look shit. Increasing volume into these lows, pretty shit. We're not closing above that previous low, so there's clearly not enough demand at these levels. There's no buyback, no real interest, is there? In this token, it's obvious. So I think crypto needs to pump for this token to become bullish again. Then people start to speculate and they start to gamble. Yeah. So these tokens are like, at the moment, they're like gambling tokens where everything else is pumped, and so everyone's looking for the next low token, which is at its lows, to pump it up, pump it and dump it type thing. That's the price action we've experienced in the past has reflected that sentiment. I think unless the project significantly changes, there's no way that we're going to change the pattern of the structure of the charts. That's what I've been telling them. So there is a pattern here. The 786 has been resisting the price on these last two rises. I think this one was less. It was just a shade underneath the golden pocket. 786, but really the golden pocket is the area of exit for people. And I don't know if this is the low. Obviously it's hard to know, but let's just assume it is. It would take us up to 5.4, 5.1, 5.4 cents. The 786 will take us all the way up to the value area high in this context. So if it does pump, that will be the last pump before the final capitulation, possibly. Assuming that I'm right and Bitcoin still goes down to 70k in the future. So I'm still on that frame set, despite what we're experiencing now. But I do think we might see a little alt season. Where is it? So I think possibly, label this. Don't know what these stand for. So, right. Would you say that's BC there? Draw that. Maybe not. What'd you say? So this next part is alt season. This really bullish. It goes on for a while, because if we've just come in here to form this low here basically, and we've come up to here, so we've got a little bit of ziggy zaggies, but we're kind of putting higher lows until we finally drop, and then drop. And here for the rest of February, we've got our mini alt season here, basically just February. What do you think? The money from you, from your pocket. I don't know. I think tomorrow Trump's gonna announce some crypto stuff, huh? What are the chances that we go straight to 115 and 130 and never see 70k again? I think the chances are extremely low. It's my personal opinion. I have no idea, but at the moment I think we it's possible that we've just completed UT, we've come down here, higher low. We didn't go as low as the sign of weakness here, and then there was 5 waves there. You see that from the sign of weakness all the way to UT and phase B. There's 5 waves. Here we've got ABC down, ABC down. It looks right, huh? That was your strong move up, down, and then kind of upward zigzag all the way back up, and then down, and then down, and then down. It looks pretty good to me, and then that will take us back to 73, whatever, 72k. I find it almost impossible that we go up without going back down, honestly. I don't know why I think like that. Like, no one thought ETH would be at 2k, you know, and I thought ETH would go back down to 2700. It went down to 2000. So I was honestly thinking ETH would go down. I've been talking about it in my streams, and it's food for thought. We'll keep an eye on that. When you're looking at the higher time frame, yeah, I still see last month's green candle as bearish. Yeah, we have this inverse red which took the previous high, and then last month we had that green candle which took the previous high. Yeah, so I'm seeing this as the topping pattern. I'm not seeing this as a structural pattern for continuation at the moment. Okay, that's all. But you know, I could be wrong. I could always be wrong though. Look, yeah, why not? Look at this range here. We were riding high at 72k, whatever. Then it came all the way down to test the top of that wick there. See that? Before it went up. So we got a test. There was a test. Why shouldn't we get another one? Why would the price not come back down for a test? I think this period was a bit exceptional. Okay, this area here was a bit exceptional. I think the reason why we didn't come back down for a test here was because we got a breakout from the lows. There was like a breakout from this low, from the bear market low. We got this massive bullish momentum and just pushed it forward, and we didn't get a test. It just went up to higher prices. Also partly because there was no liquidity. When you see the price movement as it came down here, it was quite fast. There was no resistance built, so as the price went back up, it just went through that area without finding any resistance as well. So you had a combination of bullish market, bullish momentum, and no resistance, which meant that the price didn't come back for a test. It just continued. Yeah. And actually it didn't go up in a straight line. If you look at this is a 2 weekly time frame. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 6, 7 candles, 2 weekly candles, just to get through that area. So this is different. This is like a multiple month consolidation, but we still got the test, huh? And I think we get a test. I think eventually what happens here is we come down for another test, huh? That makes sense. I don't think it makes any sense for us to just go up. And I think that would be problematic, actually, because if we go up like that, what happens next? We come back down. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to find support if we just go straight up. You have to go down to find support first, so that when you go up, the next time you come down, you can find support. Yeah, if we just go up now, so that's how we find support. That's how we create structural support for continuation. If we just go up now, then the next time we come down, we're down to there, and we've lost that range because there's no support, and then we're in a bear market. Halving events have got a lower in percentage time thinking about the solution of Russian. Would they want retail to benefit? Well, I think retail would benefit now, because now is the time that retail would enter if they wanted to enter and the price went up. And if the price crashes, retail won't benefit because they won't buy. Retail won't buy the dips. They're not going to buy 70k if the price comes down. Retail aren't like that. But if the price comes to 70k and goes right back up to 100, then you have a chance that retail will enter, because they'll be like, oh shit, Bitcoin was 70k last week, it's back at 100, I better buy some, it's going up now. That's kind of how they think. Yeah. And so you kind of need a down and an up. You needed like a little V-shaped recovery type thing for retail to get involved, and then you have a chance of pushing the price up to much higher prices. But then that actually structurally, that looks a little bit more, it looks better for that to happen. Like, it makes more sense for the motion if you look at the candles on the higher time frame. And then also, once that happens, you've created a support level here effectively. And so then in the future bear market, if you do come back down, you're kind of you're in this higher range, aren't you? You're in a higher range, and that suits institutions more to be in a higher range, because it's a higher market cap and it's less volatile. The price movements are less volatile when the range, the price range is higher in terms of percentage. So that's what they want. To get there, I think we have to come down to create this kind of structure, and that would not be the last wave. It will be a completely new wave, I think. So I mean, I've been thinking about the EW wave a lot, the waves. What time is it? It's 11. I think we've finished now. I think we finished this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's finished. I don't know. For me, it looks like it's over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've tried to kind of work it in as many ways as I can to get to 200 in this move, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. You can't just keep on adding waves and keep on manipulating Elliott waves to suit your own ambition of higher prices. It just doesn't work like that. When you're counting waves, you just have to count the waves, and that's it. Let me do it again, roughly. Retail holdings decreased while large players accumulated since yesterday. Market makers flushed them out. I think if they want to do this, then surely they have a plan to dive down further. One, 2, 3. I think that's it, isn't it? I mean, what else do you want? You've got 5 waves. That's your move. That's your finished. There's no alt season. Yeah. I think in the higher time frame context, if I go back to the index, because I've got it flat. There it is. See, I tried to make it go higher, but I just don't think it works, honestly. It just none of the structure doesn't make sense to me. So I just don't like it. So I'm actually more, I think this is more likely. Something like this. I don't know either. Honestly, I really don't know. But I don't even know if this is possible, to be honest with you. I tried to make this work so many ways, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, and then you have your final 5. That's your 1, and then you're in a big 3 now, which is about to begin the 3 wave. If that's true, if this is true, you have the 1 1 2 3 4 5 like this, and then 5. It's either this, or and then you have a little kind of small ABC here, and then you start your next big wave just straight into it. Like, I don't even know if that makes sense either, to be honest with you. So it's just, there's a lot of like not making any sense. You look at the higher time frame. 1. How do you count the rest? Is it 1 2 3 4 5 there? Is that your 1? Then we have a 1 2 3 4 5 there. Wait, shit. What am I doing? Is that the 3? So that means it does go higher. So we are still in the 3 there. Then it has to be like that. Because you have to count. Huh? There's no other way to do it. So we're in the 3 now. If this is correct. Going too high. Right, but this is all higher time frame anyway, so this is math. That means here, that means we've completed the 1. If this is true, that was the 1 2. What's this then? This is the 1 of the 3. So if that's complete, then all you want is an ABC, and then you can start your next big wave. Which is the one that's going to take us to the stupid numbers, which is what everyone is looking for. And then you have a whatever, 4 5. Otherwise, I don't know how to make this work in terms of the counts. Yeah, if you go back to the beginning and just count them, 1 2 3 4 5, okay, that's your wave 1. Then you have an ABC here, that's your 2. Then you have a 1 2 3 4, got to count, yeah? That's your 1 2. So we're in the 3. We've just completed 5 waves, so that's the wave 1 of the 3. Is that possible? Or maybe not. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's something else. Let me have a look at it. I've got another idea, actually. Just looking at this. There you go. That works perfectly. That actually doesn't break the rules. And it still works. Oh god, my eyes are killing me. So here we go. Start here. There's your 1. There's your 2. We're in the 3. The 3 actually started back in February, wherever, beginning of 19. I don't think you should collodero with Elliott and wave and ABC. Isn't it two different things? No. ABC is the corrective. All right, whatever. It doesn't matter. Forget about ABC. It doesn't matter. You understand what I mean. Corrective. Okay. So you have to count the waves. There's no other way to do it. That's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 1 complete. Done. Okay. Finished. This next one was the wave 2. Okay. And then you started to impulse again. And then you've got your wave 1, which took us to last market's last bull run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down here for a 2. So we're in the 3 now. If we've just completed 5 waves, which I think we have, then that's your 3 over, isn't it? And then if the 4 comes and finds support from where I want it to find support, which is 70k, you don't break the rules because you're just coming to back test the 1 there. And then you can have your 5. And actually, if that is correct, that would complete your 3. The 4 would probably come all the way back to 100k. And then you can have a higher time frame 5, like a bear, like that. In my mind, that could work. And then actually, if that's correct, and that's the 0, that's the 1, 2 there. The 3 here is shorter, isn't it? Shorter than the 1. So that means the 5 must be shorter. And then let's just do some fib extensions here. Roughly. We're at the 618. Look at that. Look where we are. 100k, 618. And the 1-to-1 will be 302k. So we can't go beyond 302k because that's the 1-to-1. Yeah, we're into resistance right now. I think we're experiencing a distribution event. Yeah, I don't think this next month of altcoins pumping, I don't think it's the actual alt market. I think we're going to get we can get dumped on, and we're going to come back to test that high, which is 70k, for the next kind of big move. And just based on these Elliott waves, if that was your 1, this is your 2. We've just completed the 3 because I've just counted 5 waves. I don't think there's any more waves in this move. Yeah, so we're seeing a little bit of a distribution here, and then a corrective 4 to backtest the top of the 1 for the final 5, which would be a really impulsive 5. Be really impulsive up. It would just be up, up, up. We can't go beyond 320k. That's our top limit. Just because here the 3 was shorter than the 1, and just based on that idea, let me work it out. Let me work it to the T, to the dot. Don't know exactly where to begin it. Maybe there. Yeah. There you go. Look, 107k. If you take it from there, that's why we're resisting at 100. It's slightly higher. That's why we're resisting here, isn't it? Look, see 618. That's why we found resistance, because on the higher time frame, yeah, based on these waves, we're at the extent of, you are great, let me tell you, Trump. Who said that? That's obviously why we're resisting here, isn't it? Look, we're into resistance, big time resistance. So this is based on Elliott wave theory. And because the wave 3 is shorter than the wave 1, that means the wave 5 has to be shorter than the wave 3, the last wave. And based on my idea, if this is the top and we do come back down to 70k, then my target would be 226,000, the 618. Depending on where we find support here, that would be the last wave. That would complete. That would complete this wave 3. At 226k. Does it make sense? So that's why I think we're going down. Okay, I think this last little bit, I think we're in a Wyckoff distribution. I think we're about to see a little mini alt season, which is fun because we can make a little bit of money, and then short the fucker, short Bitcoin like a motherfucker, yeah, and take it right down to 70k. That's what I'm thinking. Shorting is really profitable because when the market dumps, it really dumps. So I'm still on that mind. It was a little indication of that was what happened yesterday, wasn't it? It was, the price just really crashes, and this is a really good way to make money. Hope I do it. Yeah, well, no, not necessarily. Well, it depends. It depends on, they might just go back to test their lows. You know, they might depends on how we pump. Pumping is really important. So the ones that don't pump could get wrecked, but the ones that pump will just go back down to the lows potentially, and they're just correcting the momentum. This is kind of where I'm at. I'm not thinking up. I think we might see a little mini alt season now. Bitcoin, I think, is just kind of, we're seeing a little distribution event here. And right now, I think that's going to be the real great opportunity to buy. I don't know if it's going to be in September. I think it's probably going to be sooner, like by the end of April or May or June, like somewhere around there. And then we'll have a pump all the way to wherever, the end of the year, wherever. It'll just be up. That'll be the life-changing money. When Bitcoin finds support here, that's your life-changing sum, because it'll be really fast and impulsive. And that will coincide with quantitative easing as well, and lower interest rates. There's a few things that have to happen to create this. It'll be a dump, and then you're going to get the Federal Reserve, quantitative easing, lower interest rates. Then the price of Bitcoin is going to shoot up, and then everyone's going to pile in, and then you're just going to get a rocket launch, and that's your life-changing sum, in my opinion. My amount of money to DCA, my last on ETH, bought at 2,300. 2,300 is a good price. 2,000 is cheap for ETH, to be honest with you. I wish I could have caught it at 2,000. I was asleep. Really cheap. So this is at the moment my kind of current thinking, and then obviously as time passes we have to adjust it. I think we've finished this 1 2 3 4 5 is finished. We haven't seen an alt season, proper alt season, so I think we'll see a mini one now for the next 2 weeks, maybe more, maybe 3 weeks potentially, and then we're going to see a nice collapse, just because Trump will do something crazy like tariffs on everyone. Tariffs on America. It'll tariff America, and then that'll be the capitulate. That'll be the Bitcoin capitulation, because that's what I want to see, and then we can go up to there. And let me just kind of, based on this move, let me just see something else as well, because it's good to find confluence. Can't see any. Yeah, I don't. Let's try something else. Let me just try one more thing. Hold on. Yeah. We'll have to see where this pivot comes actually, because I don't know exactly where the target would be. But it'll be shorter than this big move, huh? All right, good night, mate. God bless you. All right, so we have to see what happens. The other thing to bear in mind is that oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to do was time, because I like to see time. To the weekly time frame. To 2 weekly. Where did this start? Yeah, probably at the low. Top. I mean, the 1-to-1 on that move is going to be October. Whatever. Forget about the rest. So that will be based on time, the 1-to-1, and I think 1-to-1 is a good ratio. You see the 618 here, it gave us the bottom, and I think the 1-to-1 will give us the top of this move here. Let me do it differently. Thereabouts. End of October. At 200 and somewhere around 220, 230. That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment, and then we have to see if that plays out, or if there's a variation just based on what happens next, because no one really knows what's going to happen. It's just trying to imagine in the future what could happen. Why is that 111 now? Did I do that wrong? Yeah, it's kind of a scenario. it's kind of an area. Then it's not exact levels. Maybe 240, depending on how low we come here, where the impulse begins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The final blip. Back test to 1. That makes sense, huh? All right. Let me just put that in. I'm not even looking at Bitcoin. I want to see how it goes. I've got 30 minutes to go. Is that dropped? Nope. SUI? Oh, SUI's dropping a little bit. Bitcoin rejected? No. Getting bullish divergences. SR flip. Okay, we have to see what happens. Got half an hour to go. All right. What was I supposed to do? Post it here. Actually, I do have an EW on here, don't I? Speculative drop to 70k for a final rate to so basically going back to Bitcoin. This is kind of where my mind is right now. And UT ST. So just in terms of timings though, ST would be phase B. UT let me just work out the resistance lines. So we've got the top of the BC, and the top of the UT, and we won't actually get to those tops according to this. We're going to get close, but not as close as we want to. We get slightly underneath it. So I think the next, like the next big short could be just these highs here. based on this idea. If it just grinds up, really bullish, grinding up, everyone's bullish, swing failure those highs. You can't get to the top of the BC, but you swing failure those highs, and then down. Right, let's see if that plays out. That'll be really interesting if it does, because then we know we're in a Wyckoff distribution, and so whenever that happens, I'll just, depending on where ETH is and certain other things, I'll be looking to just kind of hedge crypto and then maybe short. What would you short, Bitcoin or altcoins? I think both. Everything. So there's a nice trend line that's going to form according to this diagram. See, there's a really nice trend line that forms if we follow this map, and that would be really great trading opportunity to long the trend line every time it hits. If this is the first part of this down and up, the next time we get a pivot put in, yeah, we could create some kind of trend line and see if the price follows that. All right. Let's see what happens. Let me just kind of put this as well on Discord. People can have a look at it if they want to, and then if you've got any comments, let me know. This page B, what would it be? A swing failure just underneath the UT. I think there's no Russia. There's no need to FOMO. If this plays out, then we'll have a real nice kind of guide. You could just follow it. Yeah. There's no, I don't think it's smart to just hope for highs. This crash that came down, no one expected that to be so violent. So the crypto will always do things you don't expect. I think in the next few weeks, people are going to be like, pump it to the moon. Crypto's going to the moon. I think ETH could possibly run, and that's going to get people interested. Yeah. But ETH is probably going to pump. Bitcoin is going to kind of go sideways like this. That's what's going to get people interested, and that's actually going to be the distribution event. Yeah, that will help the bigger play, because at the moment Bitcoin's quite illiquid, you know. The price moves too much, and so they need liquidity to exit. And so these bigger players, these bigger whales, institutions, whatever, they're going to need to increase the volume, the buy volume. Otherwise they're going to be stuck. All right, so we're ending up with not a bullish engulfing, huh? Doesn't look like it at the moment. let's see how it closes. But Solana's pulling back as well, isn't it? What will a drop of to 70 look like? We've already had 8 billion. 8 billion's a lot on a Sunday. The mood of players is very different. They might want to push the price. I took color losses. I mean, who knows? Like, honestly, I don't really know. I can't. None of this is a prediction, is it? It's just speculation of what makes sense to me. But yeah. Right now, this is looking like a distribution, though. It's not looking like it wants to go up. If we do, the last time we had a distribution like this was the last bull market here. This was a Wyckoff distribution. Huh? It was slightly different because it was very bullish. Retail was involved and everything was going to the moon. Here we took the highs twice, and then after you took it the next time, you had a failed auction, and then there was a bear. Look, that daily bearish engulfing was the signal. The next rise, it just dumped. We may not get something similar to this because this took quite a long time. It took a whole part from the peak from February through to May. It's going to be a little bit shorter, isn't it? Because what you're looking for now is this kind of like, look, let's see. If like within 2 weeks time we're still here, what do you think? We'll know, won't we? If by the end of February we're still here, yeah, then we'll know, won't we? We'll know what's up. We'll have an idea. Yeah. If it's going to go up, it has to go up. Yeah. After this capitulation candle type thing, after this liquidation thing, that it indicates quote unquote a bottom, because we had, like you said, 8 billion liquidation. So now the price has to go up. Yeah, and if it doesn't go up, it starts to grind up, then I think this distribution is more realistic, because there just isn't enough market volume to take the price to higher prices. Yeah, you have an attempt, lots of attempts, but the reality is that there just isn't enough market buying volume for higher prices. Okay, and this is more realistic. It's a more realistic prospect. It just for us right now, if I start seeing the price grinding up like this, and I start seeing ETH and some altcoins running a little bit, which is kind of what I'm expecting, like the bullish ones, not necessarily the bearish ones, the bullish ones, then I will 100% I'll be thinking we're having a distribution event, and I'll be looking to kind of by the end of February or so, with some kind of swing failure. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, of these highs, I'll be looking for take a short, and exit crypto completely, or just hedge. Hedging is fine. Just hedge. Hedging is actually a lot easier, safer, because you can have an invalidation up here, and if crypto does that, you'll lose a little bit of USD, but your crypto is going to the moon. So just hedge, and then looking for the price to collapse basically all the way down to lower numbers. And then it depends on altcoins. We have to see, like, no one really knows what's going to happen. If we get a month of altcoins pumping, then they'll just pull back to their lows again. So it's just food for thought. So the daily close is about to begin. I mean, to end. So I really like the SLERF close. I think it's probable that we're going to go down, pull back, but to kind of wherever. I think this local trend is if you think that we're in price discovery, negative price discovery on SLERF, and we haven't, it's failing to go down though. It should have gone down, but this trend hasn't really continued. See, we kind of, it's still in a downtrend, but I'm seeing a little bit of strength here. That's indicative of Solana. So Solana's strength is showing on this. Again, I don't necessarily think we're going to go up. It doesn't really make any sense to just go up. So I'm more inclined to look for longs down here. On this. And you kind of want to coincide it. To be honest with you, SLERF, you want to coincide longs with Solana. Solana's done a very nice V-shaped recovery, to be honest with you. This is a V. This is a classic V. Bam. That. So in my mind, when I'm looking at V-shapes, I think 50% is a good place to buy. Here. It'd be painful, huh? Back at 194. I should hedge. I should hedge. That's a and start shorting. Start shorting. Let me have a look at SUI as well. Yeah, I'm definitely going to short SUI. Let me wait for the daily close. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, look at Bitcoin. That's a bullish engulfing. Huh? Bullish engulfing, daily candle. How many minutes left? Still got 13 minutes. So it's a bit too early to do anything just yet. So we went all the way up to there. Shit, I missed it. I'll be looking to just, because these pullbacks are quite hefty. 50%, maybe it's quite a big pullback, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be another wave here, to be honest with you. It'll be down here. Something like that. I don't know. That'd be quite bullish, if it did that, because that's a really nice Gartley, and it's a very bullish harmonic, especially after this kind of impulsive little impulse that we've had today. Okay. Something like that. I'm just pre-mapping the future. I don't know. It's making it up, to be honest with you. But sometimes if you can, you can make money, huh? I probably won't do anything, but if it comes down to here by the morning, could take a nice long right up there from the point from this 382. If it finds support here. And then down. In New York. And then tomorrow it's up. Something like that. Let's see. Who knows? You know, I don't know. Let's see if it happens. That probably means SLERF is going down then. So I have to let me see what SLERF is like. I bought some. Need a little bit of money. SLERF is showing some bullish absorption here, so we wouldn't sell that. You see, Solana's showing some bullish absorption here, so I may be wrong here, guys, because I don't know. Look, it's being bought. Look, the MACD is going down. You can make these things up, but you can be wrong as well. It might just go up one more time just to take those highs. Let's see. I don't like these candles. What's the daily time frame like? So it's a kind of it's a strong green candle. You expect it to come down You want to get it down here, all the way down here. Again, as low as possible, but somewhere between 194 and 199. That's a really good candle there. Really nice candle. Piercing. Tomorrow's green, and then we up, 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 up. In a really nice, look at that. Look at ETH. I am wondering if ETH goes up, just looking at that. Maybe a little pullback. I don't know. This is really bullish. If it's green. Ooh. To be bullish engulfing or not to be bullish engulfing, that is the question. This is the level to close above. We have 3 seconds. No. We have 5 minutes. Oh, it's come down, look. We have 5 minutes. All right. I'm going to use the loo. I'll be back in 5 minutes to see. Back in 5 minutes. It's kind of visiting lower. All right, it's not a bullish engulfing, is it? It's kind of, I don't see it going up in the last few seconds. It's oversold though, so I think probably up and then down. Huh? Look at that. There's a lot of absorption here. Possibly some bullish divergences. No. Those liquidations there. So that was a really short closed liquidation. Look, there's liquidations up there. That's really a good place to short. We get up there again. Look at that short squeeze. All those shorts were squeezed, 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 squeezed. Came into the single prints. A bit more single prints underneath us. That's it. New day. What does it look like? Can't tell. Closed underneath. See that? So it's not a bullish engulfing. It's actually just a piercing candle that closed underneath. This is definitely a a sell. Same with that. That closed lower. All right, so probably going down first. Fuck it up. Look, I had this. Look at that. Oh. It's a bit out of time, huh? Amazing, huh? Shit. Wow. Surprise myself sometimes. 20 cents. So. I'm a really bullish candle. Tomorrow has to be green. I think tomorrow will be green. There'll probably be a green candle on these. I think tomorrow's going to be a really good day. Volatile, but good. So that SLERF closed higher than the previous day low. So I would buy this dip on these candles. On all of these candles, I would buy the dips. But why are they going down? They should go up first. They're going straight down, huh? There you go, it's going back up. Yeah, it should go up first, no? It shouldn't just go down because it was oversold. I wonder if ETH actually goes down quite gently. Mujahid. The only people who want to hold on the 100k psychological price are sellers. Buyers, of course, want it much cheaper. I wonder if grinds down slowly and not quickly. I wonder if we just go down really gently, to be honest with you, and not fast. Just a real gentle descent, because I'm starting to see absorption here on Bitcoin. It's going to be very difficult to short, but the price will slowly drop. That's what I'm thinking. Rather than a fast drop, maybe we'll get like, you know, kind of more like that. Guys, I'm gonna go to bed. So probably down, then up, probably, and then we can look for longs somewhere at the daily level, I guess, on all of these tokens, probably. And then ETH, I don't know. Probably down here by this SR flip, 2700. Probably that's a good place. If it goes down gently, you don't want to catch it if it goes down fast. But then there is a bit of a gap, so it might go down fast here. Yeah, it's hard to tell because it's such a bullish candle. You don't really want it to start falling. It doesn't really matter because any red candle here you could buy. All right, I'm going to bed. Thanks for joining me, guys. There's a few people here. Alexander, Mujahid, RH, Popcorn Dreaming, Cena. Anyone else? Oh yeah, look at that. That's a bearish 4-hour time frame candle on SUI. I'm going to scale into a short on SUI actually. Possibly this one as well. Possibly Solana, because those candles can be reversed very easily. Let's start small. Let's see how it goes. Just try it out. just with really small amounts, and see how it goes. Right, good night everyone, see you. I'll be on Discord, feel free to join if you're not on it. The link's underneath the video. And chat there. See what's going on. Right. Good night.